Well, welcome back to another episode of the Angler's Logbook, and today we're doing something a bit different. We wanted to give you a bit of an insight into an exciting project that Akuma is working on with Gulf Guardians. And so today we're here with Peter and going to be talking a little bit about the project. But Peter, could you tell us a little bit about who you are and what your involvement is with Gulf Guardians?
Kia ora everybody, my name is Peter Van Kampen. I work for a group called work on a project called Revive Our Gulf. We work to restore the mussel beds to the Hauraki Gulf.
Awesome. So obviously the project's centred around replenishing the mussel stocks in the Gulf here, but for people that aren't aware of what the history is here, can you tell us a bit about what it used to be like and maybe sort of what the state of it is at the moment?
Yeah, so I guess the Hauraki Gulf is, I guess, a story of exploitation, and up until about 1900, there was the seafloor of the Hauraki Gulf was carpeted with mussels and other shellfish. And to put it into like real perspective, if you go to the Bombays and then you went up to the Puhoi tunnels and everywhere in between, that used to be the coverage of shellfish on the seafloor of the Hauraki Gulf. From about 1910 through to about 1970, all of that fishery, or the majority of it, was fished out. So somewhere between 500 and 1,500 square kilometres of shellfish beds was completely removed, and they're really important because they're essentially the kidneys of the Hauraki Gulf. In one day they used to be able to flush the total water of the Hauraki Gulf, which is just unreal.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. And so you grew up in this area, like you've sort of fished and dived around here, I understand, growing up. That's sort of your story here, is it?
Yeah, I grew up on the beautiful Whangaparua Peninsula, fishing, diving, pretty much doing anything in or around the water. Call myself a average fisherman. Love diving, and yeah, it's just, I guess, a part of me.
Mm-hmm.
It's intrinsic to who I am.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. And so, from your organisation's perspective, what do you see sort of the issue is at the moment, and what are you trying to do about it going forward?
Yeah, so the fishery collapsed in 1970. After 50 years of not fishing, we didn't see any natural recovery. So Revive Our Gulf was really just working towards trying to restore those really important mussel beds to the seafloor of the Hauraki Gulf.
Mm-hmm. Oh, awesome. And so what are you doing, like how are you actually doing that practically speaking going forward?
Yeah, we're lucky that we have such a prolific, such a big aquaculture industry. So we've got the mussel farmers on board, and they supply us with adult mussels to reseed to the seafloor.
And how long has that been like going for, and how many mussels have you put in there so far?
Yeah, so we started doing our first restoration or redeployments to the Hauraki Gulf back in 2014. That started with 63 tonne. We had a bit of a break, so I think all up we're up clocking close towards 400 tonne of mussels restored to the seafloor of the Hauraki Gulf, which is...
That's awesome.
Just some quick math. There's about 70,000 individuals in 1 tonne, so yeah. Someone else smarter than me can work that out.
Too much math for me to work out.
Yeah, right. That's
a lot. Yeah.
Hard out.
No, that's cool.
So we're here at our local store, Burnsco Albany, here with Jared, and we thought we'd just pop down and see how the Akuma mussel promotion is going. So pretty neat. To date, they've donated almost 19,000 mussels just to the store alone, so pretty cool. Burnsco's a part of that, and one of these things that obviously trying to donate 100 tonne of mussels, so it's almost 3.5 million mussels that will go back into the ocean over the next 12 months. So pretty exciting for us, and pretty cool that we can obviously make you, the customers and the stores, be involved in it as well. So you see these tags when you're in stores. you know it's one of our products, and that every purchase you make puts mussels back into the ocean. So pretty cool part about it. And yeah, obviously it's right on our doorstep. It's one of these areas that we're working on. So for us, mussels we chose a really important part is obviously they create a lot of habitat for small fish, but also they're a big part of the food source for bigger fish like snapper, which are one of our most commonly caught fish, not only in the Hauraki but in other regions of the country too. So yeah, pretty neat, and obviously for it to be a research project as well. What do you think of that?
I reckon it's pretty good. It's the best thing I've heard all year, to be honest. When it comes to creating an ecosystem that's been wiped out, and then we're able to hopefully rebuild that ecosystem, because everything's going to want to eat the mussels and live around the mussels, from your crabs to your crayfish to your octopus and your stingrays. So if we get all that, it means that the tourism's going to also benefit from it, because they're all going to come and see, you know, all the whales, dolphins, orcas, because they're all there chasing the food that's there as well.
It's all interlinked, amazing. One little tiny mussel, you know. So many things affected. You don't really think about that when you just think about a mussel on its own. Well, a lot of people don't even know mussels filter the water. So like even for divers and people swimming, like the clarity of the water is going to be a lot better as well. So it's crazy that little mussel, all the things it can do. So yeah, it's pretty neat to see that.
But the main question that I'll get asked, and that we'll be asking, will be if we do sell this fishing rod combo for $400, how many mussels is going to be donated from that sale?
Yeah, so if a customer bought this around the $300-$400 mark, they'd be donating probably 6 or 7 mussels, so a handful of mussels essentially for that kind of combo price. So
that's good.
For them, that goes to a couple of different things. Obviously, a handful of mussels, that's 300 litres. They'll be filtering straight away as mussels go to the ocean, but the other big part of that is the research, the ongoing research. So none of those mussels get put back in the ocean, but they're continually monitored over the next couple of years to see what environment they, how they thrive in the different environments, but also sediment around them, the fish life around them. So all those things get measured over time. So it's not just putting a handful of mussels back in the ocean, it's all the research that goes on as well. So pretty cool that each customer that can buy a combo like that can say, hey, that's what I've contributed to this.
Exactly.
So obviously starting in the Hauraki Gulf, other areas like Marlborough and obviously in the South Island and places like that. If this project's successful, then they'll look to introduce it into those areas as well. So there's lots of places and things that want to affect, but pretty cool to have a starting point right in our backyard. Literally, not only 10-20 kilometres from where we are right now. It used to be just a carpet of mussels. So, let's hope we can get things back on track. If anyone wants to know anything more, obviously on all these little tags, there's a little link there, golfguardians.org.nz. Also has a good bit of information of what we do and what Golf Guardians do, and I guess where the money's going and what it's been put towards. So pretty cool to see that, and some other little clips, but I'm sure you'll see some more clips going through here.
Yeah, so the partnership with Akuma, obviously, like they give a percentage from each product sold at the moment in stores to this awesome partnership. And so what is that money that people are spending in store actually going towards, and how does it help out here?
Yeah, so that money's going directly towards restoring or remuscling the Gulf. I think they've committed to 100 tonne of mussels, so that's going to be directly used to buy 100 tonne of mussels and deployed somewhere in our beautiful Moana.
Yeah. And so what's the hope for the future, like looking out at the Gulf? What do you hope to achieve with putting the mussels in there? Like what's the dream that change that you'll see out there?
Yeah, I'd love to see a healthy, vibrant ecosystem. They're like the party starters. They're the first people to turn up the party, and everyone else starts coming in. So once they're in, you start seeing algae turn up, crustaceans. There's always a resident octopus, and then like so many fish come in. The times I've gone through and dived on some of the beds, I've just been bait balled, and I was on the bottom doing some work, and it turned dark, and I was trying to figure out why it went dark, and then I looked around me and I was just being circled by a wall of juvenile snapper. It was crazy. So I would love to see that throughout the whole Hauraki Gulf. This is just on one 10 by 10 metre plot. And just to see that life and vibrance and come back, I think it's such meaningful work.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate your time today and running through exactly what you're doing. I think it's an important thing that's happening out here in the Gulf, and I think our responsibility as fishermen and as people that enjoy the ocean is we have to give back, and we need to make sure that we're looking after what's going on out there. So that's an awesome project to be involved in, and really excited to see what happens in the future, and hopefully we see the Gulf being restored and hearing more stories of what you experienced out there with all these fish. So thanks for your time, Peter.
For sure. Thanks, James.
Awesome.